Hey, folks, welcome back. Now, this is not a new subject if you have been following my channel for some time. I brought it up before that I see similarities. But now let's go in a bit more on the deep with, and of course I am talking about these three lovely ladies. They are all three been involved in high crime, uh, high profile crime against partners. It's Amber Heard, Jodi Arias, Sarah Boone. Now, these aren't random comparison just for the laugh of it. There are, in each trial, there are forensic evaluations, trial testimonies, behavioral patterns, which reveal overlapping traits, especially in the cluster B personality spectrum. Things like borderline, histrionic, narcissistic features. And all three cases involve claims of abuse, dramatic defenses, manipulation, and a striking lack of remorse. Let's break it down step by step. Shared personality traits, common behaviors, and what experts have said. This is based on court records, psychological testimony, and reliable analysis. So it's not just speculation. This is based on facts from the trials. Let's start with the big overlaps here. First, borderline personality disorder, or BPD. This involves intense emotional swings, fear of abandonment, unstable relationships, impulsivity, and explosive anger. Amber Heard was formally diagnosed with BPD by forensic psychologist Dr. Shannon Curry during her 2022 defamation trial against Johnny Depp. Curry described patterns of volatility, unstable self-image, and intense, chaotic relationships. Jodi Arias received a BPD diagnosis from Dr. Janine Demott in the 2013 murder trial. Demott called her chameleon-like, adapting personas to manipulate situations with extreme emotional reactivity. Now, Sarah Boone wasn't formally diagnosed with BPD in her trial records, but we can observe and it's similar traits: emotional instability, turbulent relationships, and impulsive, dramatic actions. Her own video behavior, taunting her boyfriend while he begged from inside a suitcase, shows that kind of volatility and detachment. Histrionic personality disorder traits. HPD features excessive attention seeking, theatrical emotion, and using drama or seduction to stay in the spotlight. Ring a bell? Anyone? Heard got an HPD diagnosis alongside BPD from Dr. Curry, who highlighted provocative behavior and a constant need for attention, often exaggerating or fabricating for sympathy. Arias displayed strong histrionic elements, dramatic storytelling, seductive manipulation during her relationship and trial, and shifting narratives to keep focus on her victimhood. Boone shows parallels in thriving on chaos and drama. The infamous suitcase video isn't just evidence, it's performative. Laughing, recording, taunting. That's attention craving through extreme acts. Just like the others. Then there's narcissistic traits, or full narcissistic personality disorder, grandiosity, lack of empathy, manipulation, entitlement, and prioritizing self-image above all. Heard exhibits these within her own other diagnosis. Exaggerating victim status for public sympathy and media attention. Arias is often called a malignant narcissist, a pathological liar, remorseless cruelty, and elaborate gaslighting of everyone around her. Boone wasn't diagnosed with full NPD. Dr. Julie Harper noted she met only 3 of the 9 criteria, but narcissistic traits were acknowledged. Self-centeredness, lack of genuine remorse, and a pattern of controlling or gaslighting her partner. The way she framed the suitcase incident as a game she controlled while downplaying his suffering fits that profile. These cluster B overlaps aren't coincidence. They create a pattern of unstable, high-drama relationships that can escalate to violence. All 3 leaned heavily on claims of being abuse victims themselves, often with PTSD or related defenses. Heard's team pushed PTSD from alleged DEP abuse, but Dr. Curry found no supporting evidence and suggested symptom exaggeration. Arias claimed PTSD from Travis Alexander's supposed abuse, but prosecutors' experts rejected it in favor of her BPD. Boone's defense centered on trauma from her boyfriend's alleged violence, with experts diagnosing PTSD, depression, alcohol use disorder. Witnesses acknowledged some trauma history, but argued it didn't justify or explain the suitcase. In each case, the victimhood narrative was central, often challenged as inconsistent with evidence. They positioned themselves as reactive survivors rather than aggressors, a common tactic in these high conflict cases. Now, manipulation, that runs deep here. Changing stories, initial denials, using recordings or evidence selectively. Heard was accused of fabricating abuse claims, mimicking others, and gaslighting through media. Arias lied repeatedly, denying involvement, then claiming self-defense, stalking, and crafting elaborate alibis. Boone initially described the suitcase as a consensual hide-and-seek, recorded her boyfriend pleading for air while mocking him, then claimed fear and self-defense. The gaslighting, telling him to chill out as he suffocated, shows detachment. Lack of empathy and remorse ties it together. Public perception across all 3 highlights cruelty without guilt, prioritizing their narrative over the victim's suffering. Arias showed flat affect during police interviews. Heard maintained composure while downplaying incidents. Boone's video and post-incident behavior suggest similar emotional flatness. So, What ties Amber Heard, Jodi, Arias, and Sarah Boone together psychologically? It's a cluster of cluster B traits: borderline volatility, histrionic drama, narcissistic self-focus, combined with manipulative defenses, victimhood claims, and apparent lack of sympathy and empathy. These aren't identical people, and diagnoses vary by expert. But the patterns are striking. Unstable relationships exploding into violence, followed by narratives that flip the aggressor, the victim dynamic. Cases like this remind us how complex personality disorders can intersect with real-world harm. They challenge our assumptions about abuse, accountability, and justice. So what do you think? Do these similarities point to a deeper pattern, or are they just coincidences in high-profile cases? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you all for watching. From me and Mr. Jingles here, thank you. I will see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.